Testing 1, 2. Okay. Seems like I'm getting audio. Oh shit, I should definitely not go towards this loud ass bus. Fuck. Alright. So, what's up guys? Oh god, I need to be in frame. Hilarious. Alright, so this is my first video. And I've just been up to hilarious things right now. I don't even know, like, okay, I guess I'll just start with stories right now because, alright, so I was walking around, I was gonna go all the way to the Schuylkill right here, and right now I'm at Rittenhouse Square in Philadelphia, and I was gonna sit and shoot this, but like, I feel like my thoughts are better collected when I'm kind of walking around actually. Unfortunately, it's loud as fuck, but we persevere, we persist. And so dude, I have been walking around just kind of gaming today. I went to the gym and I was kind of laughing for a second there because I just ran into, well, for one, I just ran into my girlfriend who is, well, maybe I need to cut that part out. Maybe you guys don't need to know that I have a girlfriend, but I do, but I can do whatever I want, kind of, because I'm open. So, so anyway, maybe I'll leave that in there. But the point is that there's this fucking insanely hot chick that is at the gym that I've been wanting to talk to, and I saw her the last time, and but I was with my girl, and so because we work out together, and I'm about to get a different gym so I can do my own thing sometimes. But like, anyway, I was getting up to start shooting this, and I see the chick, because I was hoping to run into her this next week because my girl's leaving for the week, and so I'll be like free all week, and I was hoping to run into her at the gym, but lo and behold, she just starts walking into the park, and I'm like, oh fuck. So I walk up, I'm like, oh. Not really, but I walk up to her and I'm like, hey, and she looks up at me and she's like, huh, and she doesn't really recognize me at first, maybe, or maybe she does, I don't know, but I was just like, hey, and you know, for this situation, I was just like, hey, I know you. Because when I was working out the other day, I know she was looking at me, and my girl, and she even during one of my sets like walked right by me and kind of like pushed her tits out and shit. So I was like, but so I was like, oh hey, I know you, and she's like, oh hey, yeah, and I was like, oh man, I was like, wow, I was like, you know, you really look.
Productive rides?
Not at the moment. I'm so sorry. So I was just like. No, never engage, never engage. So, Jesus Christ. Dude, this is gonna be an amazing video. So I was just like, yeah, I know you. I didn't even say I recognize you or anything. I was just like, I know you. I was like, hey, I know you. And she was like, oh yeah. And I was like, hey, how are you doing? She's like, oh, I'm good. And I was like, that's awesome. I was like, you look incredible. And she's like, oh, she's like, thank you so much. She was so Latina, which I didn't actually think because she's super light skinned. She could have been like a white chick, honestly, but she was very Latina. So I was like, oh, you look incredible. And she's like, oh, thank you. And I was like, are you single? And she's like, no. I was like, how long have you been with your boyfriend? She's like, 7 years. And I was like, oh wow, 7 years. I was like, he must be a really great guy. And she's like, yeah. And then she's like, but I thought I saw you with, you know, your girl. And I was like, yeah, I was like with my girl. I was like, but I was like, you know, I'm available. I was like, I'm open. She goes, oh, she goes, okay. She goes, well, not me. And I said, okay. I was like, well, that's cool. I was like, well, I don't even know what I said. I was just like, well, you know, I got her name just to be nice, cordial. And then anyway, I was like, okay, well, like, you know, enjoy your day in the park, basically. So thank God I saw her, got that out of my system, because like I would have been like all weekend I would have been like, all right, is this the good time to go to the gym? I should go now because maybe she'll be there. Now I don't have to do that. Now I can just enjoy my fucking gym. So that's cool. So anyway, guys, what a hell of a intro to my very first video. I hope I'm doing my best to stay in frame. I need to get a better stick because this is the setup that we use for my shop, for our streaming, like for the dudes that we have there that stream shit and whatever. So, but anyway, I'm trying not to get off onto too many tangents. So let's get really down to the brass tacks here. Welcome, real ones, to my first video. I'm super stoked to be here. I am very stoked to be, you know, the first official assistant coach or secondary coach, whatever, but, you know, here to support Ryan, but really support you guys as a coach, and share, you know, my experiences, really. And it is obviously, you know, this community is, you know, a big part of it is going to be romance and dating and everything like that, but, you know, it's actually way deeper than that, and anyone that is familiar knows that, you know, it's everything. It's philosophy, it's health, fitness, money, finance, you know, business. Those are all things that are super important. You know, this is just a general lifestyle channel, so, you know, don't always get too wrapped up in the dating stuff, because that's kind of a byproduct of the whole package, you know. So, but you know, basically just a little bit about me, I think, to kind of just give, you know, some of you guys that have been members for a long time in the real community, like kind of forum that we have on the Mighty Network, you know a little bit about me, but maybe not even that much. You guys are just more familiar with me, but, you know, this video hopefully down the line will get watched by many other people, and you guys don't know me at all. So my name is Abtein. Phonetically it's like the word obscene, but with a T. And I've known Ryan since we were in high school. We played in a band. Well, actually, maybe I knew Ryan before I was in high school. I might have been in 8th grade or something. I don't really remember, but we were in a band together, which was sick. And you know, we kind of had an amazing connection back then, and it's something that I think that we lived like parallel lives without necessarily communicating for some time while we were both kind of doing our own thing, and then came back into each other's lives a few years ago. It's 2025, I think, so probably 2021 or 2020, maybe 2020. Yeah, it had to have been, I think. I don't remember. Maybe not. But anyway, so I don't know. Again, I'm trying not to go on too many tangents, but, you know, I think that it's funny too, because I had a whole bunch of stuff that I wanted to say, like in this first video, but actually I think it's better to not say too much, because I'm gonna have, so basically, yeah, I guess that's one thing I can say is I'm gonna have these, I'm gonna have some topic-based videos down the line, and, you know, I'll probably have some very specific anecdotal stories to share during those and everything, and so this is, like, again, like I said, this is my very first shot at doing this. I kind of want to go, like, backwards maybe, because I'm getting back into, like, this noisy ass area of the square. So anyway, I will have stories and things to back up.
Yeah, I have the next one actually. Okay. Tuesdays. Oh yeah, same.
Tuesdays. See? Logistics. You gotta get logistics. So, yeah. So anyway, stories. There will be plenty of stories, and we're gonna talk a lot of, you know, philosophy. Philosophy of you know, of approach, and philosophy of everything. You know, there's gonna be a lot. I don't know. Okay, I'm rambling, so I'm just gonna cut that part out. But let's see. So I'm at the 9-minute mark. So basically, I just wanna conclude this with kind of sharing. You know, I have been into cold approach for a long time. I kind of maybe not cold approach specifically when I was young in high school, but like I was into gaming in high school. I mean, I kind of like got into the idea of, like, you know, like just game, and I sucked at it, but actually I was really good at the same time. Like I sucked and I was awesome, and it's been something that I've like teetered and tottered with ever since then. Living in California, you know, there was many times where, you know, and I was exposed to like the actual culture. I was exposed to literature, you know, stuff like RSD and stuff like other, I mean, I actually can't remember some of the other shit. Like different, you know, different pickup shit. So I was exposed to some of that stuff. Luckily I never paid too much attention to any of it. Some of it did kind of fuck me over. Like I think the very first thing I ever read was like being cocky and funny, and like for me that turned into me being just kind of like a really big asshole who was funny. I was hilarious, but like I was a dick. So I definitely got laid, but like there was a lot of girls that I probably like would have liked better that I didn't get because I was a fucking prick. So, but I digress. So my point being though is that, you know, I've been doing this a long time, and all the other aspects actually, you know, that kind of fall in line with this whole kind of like what the real community is about, and that is like, you know, a well-rounded life. And you know, that means like going to the gym, being fit, you know, having your finances in order, you know, whether that be a business or, you know, a very good job, or however it is that you are able to accomplish that. But you know, fitness, money, an art, you know, some kind of hobby, something to express yourself with. I mean, those are the three big pillars, I think, like, you know, health and fitness, finances, and something to do with the arts. And if you have those, if you have a solid foundation in those three pillars and have something to offer, you know, in that respect, you know, then the dating life is going to be like so much easier for you. And so that being said, it's like, you know, roundabout way of coming to the fact that, you know, I didn't get here overnight. You know, I'm not a natural by any sense of the word. This took a lot of work, and, you know, reuniting with Ryan really was the catalyst that helped me get to the point where I am now, with the level of like consistency that I am able to operate with, you know, and actually, you know, like approach anxiety and things like that are things that are not even really an issue. It's like a moot point now, you know. It's following the process that Ryan has laid out, and just like really sticking to that fully, and being consistent, you know, taking the action. That is what has contributed to the person that you see here today. You know, so and on the other fronts, it's like, yeah, like I go to the gym regularly, like, and by regularly I mean like 5 days a week at least. I do have a business now that I run, so like honestly there have been times where that does not happen, but I mean, I'm not gonna like do any flexing or anything right here because would look like a retard, but I'm pretty jacked now, you know. I'm a beast. Like, I've got my friends telling me like, oh shit dude, you look fucking really good, and my girlfriend like squeezes my tits and she's like, like she loves it. So yeah, being fit is a big thing. And again, like the person I am now, like I was scrawny a few years ago. Like I just started my gym journey like really hardcore in the last few years, and I had some other health issues which I'll go into detail in later videos, but long and the short of it is some autoimmune diseases, or one in particular that affects my spinal column and everything like that, which I'm at a much better place in life now, so hence I'm able to, you know, hit the gym like that. But yeah, again, so we're pretty much here at the, that siren is loud as fuck. I'm sure in this video it's just gonna be like screaming at you guys. Yeah, it's loud as shit. But anyway, so I guess the point of all that is like, yeah, I have a lot of stories to share, and I just don't want to go on a big long, like hour-long get-to-know-me video right off the bat, especially since this is a test. I will post this because I don't want to do a second run, and I do want to be like as authentic as possible in all these videos. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. I think kind of the point of this last part of the video is just be persistent. You know, if you've tuned in to this video and if you've tuned into the real community, then that means that you have some sort of desire within you to kind of become the best version of yourself that you can be, because, you know, all of these things attribute to that. You know, love life is a big part of being a well-rounded person. You know, we all want to be loved, and But again, so is finances and fitness and the arts. So don't give up. You know, we all have dreams. Keep dreaming, but also stay grounded in reality. Be honest with yourselves. That's what this place is for. So I kind of want to leave it at that for right now. I think that that's pretty succinct. We're at about 15 minutes, and I think that that's a pretty reasonable video. I'm going to try to not cut this at all, actually. I think I did a good job of not rambling on too much. And so thanks for tuning in. The Real Community. This is Coach Abtein. And hell yeah, I can't wait, guys. This is going to be a really awesome experience for everyone. So stay tuned.